So I got perfected purification about a week ago. I couldn't be bothered making a video on it since honestly there isn't much to say about the form. Since margin forms are the weakest forms in the game, there's not much point perfecting it. At base we get about 80 stats to everything, and at perfected we get 50% more, so we get 120 stats. That's the same as a base ultimate Namekian, so in my opinion it's not worth it. I didn't spend Dragonballs on this, I would just save it for God Key forms if I was you. It took me about I'll say 20,000 to 30,000 Zenkais, which is, very doable, good design without macroing. A very reasonable amount. And another thing about this form is that you can transform in and out of it without animation, so you can do it while flying. You also don't got to charge. The way I obtained this perfected form is by just legit spamming Zenkais, that's all I did. I didn't play the game at all, I didn't PvP, I didn't PvE, didn't do anything, I just spammed Zenkais for like 2 weeks straight. Yeah, it was very fun. And I popped the form and I just got it perfected. So yeah, I don't know what's happening there, but I think the form mastery system is really good and well thought of, because it's I mean, of course, a normal player is going to get 20 to 30,000 Zenkai pops without macroing. That's just to be assumed. Not like it has a 2-minute cooldown where you got to be in base form for 2 minutes straight or anything. That would be crazy. And here are the stats for perfected purification, and these are my capsules. These stats are weaker than my level 130 top 4, by the way, so just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Snake said that to master your form is going to take about 3 months, and at the time I thought he was joking, I thought he was just trolling. But after perfecting my form, I think he was being serious. Because genuinely, if you do macro, you gotta play for at least 3 months to get the Zenkai counts you need. And the reward you get for it, for doing all that, is just a 25% stat boost to your form they're going to replace in the future anyways. And also with Reform, this thing is harder to master than the level 110 form, by the way. And after mastering it, I couldn't notice a difference. It barely heals more. And like in general, Reform is just such a trash move. Like compared to Regeneration, it heals way less, and the conditions to activate it is also harder. Same cooldown. And it can't revive you, even though in the anime and in the game, Boo can revive himself, but I guess we can't revive ourselves here. Speaking of Dragon Balls, by the way, so I got all 7 right here, and I found this in about 1 to 2 weeks. And I was finding them pretty consistently with my method, but there are a ton of exploiters nowadays. I've got clips of people of Dragon Balls just vanishing into nothing. It's pretty cool. And also, Dragon Balls are so buggy nowadays. I will show you a clip later. I might just play in a new video or something. But yeah, it's pretty much impossible to get Dragon Balls. Especially after the Black Friday sale, now that everyone has them. I wish they would do something about the exploiter problem, because they're definitely exploiters. I was talking to one earlier. He was saying how the exploit works. He just hops servers randomly and it detects a ball and it just TPs their hitbox to it and they grab it instantly. So yeah, the average player doesn't really stand a chance against that. And the reason why I could find a lot of Dragon Balls for like 3-4 days, I found like 5 of them, is because of the new patch note where Snake made it so that you can't pick up balls in force field, so when you just spawn. So that means that the scripts that the exploiters used, since they just teleport their hitbox to it, they're still in spawn and they still have the force field, so they can't pick it up. And that's why there were so many balls for like 3-4 days, but now I'm assuming they just patched it again. So the script works now, and yeah, couldn't find any balls for the past 3 days.